Beginner photographers or anybody, these are 5 things you need to do today to make sure your photography career is going to go in the way you want it to. The last one is the key, and it's one we really talk about in this channel a lot, but the first one is probably going to cause you the most pain, and that's backing up. Your work must be backed up at all times. Always back up your work. And let me give you a real quick rundown of how to back up work. You do your shoot, you get your images onto your computer, whether that's via tethering or via an SD card, whatever you may be using. You then place it onto 2 separate hard drives. One goes somewhere else and one stays with you. That hard drive gets backed up to the cloud as well. I use a system called Backblaze. I pay for the 1-year backup, so if you delete it, you've got a year to realize you've messed up. But it means that everything on that backup hard drive is on the cloud, and then a physical copy of it is at your nan's house. Doing this makes your work safe. Having your work on a hard drive only is not a backup. This is something I see photographers do all the time. If you've only got your images on a hard drive, an external hard drive, that is not a backup. If you've only got them on your computer and an external hard drive in your house, that is not a backup when your house gets burgled or burnt down. You need to have it elsewhere, off-site, in the cloud, physically nearby. Make sure you back up your work. Backblaze is like $5 a month or something nuts like that. I've got something like 40 terabytes on Backblaze. It's a good deal. And also not paid by them in any way, have no contact with them as a company. It's just a really good deal. So go and get Backblaze or something similar and have a good backup system. It'll save you so much upset and heartache in the future. Number 2, insurance. If you're going to start charging any amount of money for work or doing anything in the public domain, get some public liability insurance. Now, I'm in the UK. We're not a particularly litigious country, but it just makes life easier. Also, you will find if you want to photograph certain things, even for free, you need public liability insurance to be allowed on the premises. If you want to take photographs at the train stations in London, you have to have public liability insurance. If you want to go to a racetrack, you have to have public liability insurance. There's several places where this is really important. And also, it's really cheap. It's like, I think mine costs something like £100 a year for enough money to cause absolute chaos. So go and get yourself some PIL. It's really worth having, and it just puts your mind at ease. Now, the next thing is Airtags. Apple Airtags. This might not be something for you right now, but maybe in the future. I use them extensively. I have this studio, which is full of kit. I lose stuff on the regular. I then have my house, which is full of kits, and I lose stuff there as well. I also have the problem where I just don't remember where I put stuff. And this can just be like day-to-day things. It can be your keys, your wallet. But then when it comes to camera bags, it's your main camera bag, your backup camera bag. When I'm storing cameras, I take the batteries out and I put an AirTag into them so I can find them later on. So I'm at home getting ready to go on location and I can't find a particular camera. Is it in the house? Should I waste time looking here? Or is it actually in the studio and I can use my AirTags to find it? On set, when we're packing up all our kit at the end of the day, often one of my bags will accidentally go to a rental house and you can see it on your AirTrack things like blipping through London, but it's good to have them as some sort of tracker. Now, Small Rig I've seen, and I haven't been able to buy one yet, they've made something that you can clamp onto your camera with an AirTag in it. I don't think your average thief would know that was an AirTag in there. It would just think it's part of the camera. So something like that is probably very useful. If I can find a link, I'll put it below. I'm useless at putting links below, and it definitely won't be an affiliate link because they're far more effort than they're worth. Number 4, storage. Storage is important. Let me show you why. Storing your kit nicely, transporting it nicely is so important if you want it to last. There's no reason why your current camera shouldn't last you 10 to 15 years. They're built like tanks. This one back here I've had for 7 years and I'm a professional photographer. I shoot all the time. But having good bags. Now this is my daily bag. This is my Billingham Hadley Pro or something like that. This I've had since 2010 and I use it every single day. The camera wheelie bags we use are the Think Tank airport security bags. They have been in planes, in holds, in everything, in trains. They get carried everywhere. Before I could drive, I used to walk to work 2 miles each way carrying one. They are bomb-proof. Yes, they're expensive, for sure. But if you look at a £300 Billingham or a £300 Think Tank, the cost per use is so good compared to a £100 bag. There's a point in bags where it's just not worth buying them because they break so quickly. Having a really high quality bag will last you your career. I will expect to still be using this Billingham bag in 2050. I have no doubt in my mind that it will still be working. And this is from a guy who overloads bags to a point of such excess that even the kids at home start going, that bag a bit too full, and they just last. It's such a good way to save money in the long run. And of course, you've got that initial outlay, but if you can save up the money and wait a bit longer, just do that. It will make your life so much better. Now, the fifth, and this is the most important one, and this is something we rave on about in this channel. This is something I'm a big advocate for. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, because this is what makes photography. Now, in photography, there are a sea of images. There's just images everywhere. It's impossible to stand out unless you do something different, unless you do something original. Now, the problem with doing something different and something original is that you need to have the ideas. The problem with ideas are they don't come when you want them, which is why you should have a notebook with you at all times. Buy a nice notebook, treat yourself. This is a moleskin. I really like moleskins. I've got a yellow one at the moment. And they get a nice pen to write with as well. This is a Kaweco. Kaweco? I think that's how you pronounce it. It looks like Kaweco, but it's German, so I'm assuming it's a Kaweco. But this is the Kaweco Sport. It's pretty affordable. You don't need to buy one of the brass ones. The nibs are the same on all of them. It's plastic. It's lightweight. Writing in ink just makes you feel more like an artist, doesn't it? Let's be honest. You don't need this, but it's just nice to have a nice pen and notebook to put your ideas in. It will make the world of difference. If you like this video, I've got a great video up here for you to watch, which will really help push you that little bit further in your creativity. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.